Hi guys, welcome to another video and welcome to a planner video. I know that a lot of you out there do follow this channel for planner content, and today I wanted to come to you with a planner video specifically talking about the personal size planners and the A5 size planners. Here I do have a lot. As you can see, I have a ton of planners. Actually, I do have more than what you are seeing here, and I am in the process of decluttering quite a lot of them, and I am not sure whether I will be selling them or donating them or doing a giveaway. I still have to decide on that. But I wanted to talk about the personal size and the A5 size because over the years, I have moved and experienced various planners. I have experienced the Filofax, which is one like this, or this one, or even this one here, which has been my very first Filofax that I have ever purchased. I think I have purchased this one back in 2013 or 14, something like that. And I have also experienced practically very cheap in price planners like this one or like this one, which I have got from eBay, and many others that I have tried out during the years. This is my very first year that I am not using a binder as a planner, and for me that is something very much new, but I really like it because I have discovered that even though I really like the pretty planning and all the planners, the binders, etc., in reality, I don't need a lot of stuff to carry with me on a daily basis, and as long as I have a day per page planner, I am good to go. So maybe I'm changing, maybe I am doing some new experiences, I don't know. I am actually thinking that next year I might be trying out an Erin Condren. But again, my very favorite is the day per page. So probably if I try the Erin Condren, it will be the petite planners and the folio system from Erin Condren. I like it. I have been researching it a lot, and I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos, so I still have to decide on that. But obviously, I will always be in love with my Filofaxes and with the binders, because the main reason is that I like to be able to change the sections. I like to be able to add papers, remove papers, and I like the flexibility of the binder because you just open the rings, remove, add, and go on like that until you basically find what works for you. And you can also change the inserts, purchase cute one, and I do have a lot of inserts. I am on a personal journey currently that I really want to start using what I have. I also want to declutter much of the things that I have, especially for planning, because I have seen that I have not been using a lot of the stuff that I have collected. And also there are things that it seems that I love them so much that I don't even want to use them. And I believe that that is wrong, because whatever you purchase, you need to use, and that is the purpose for the purchase. So I need to rethink everything. I will also be going through everything. But so the very first thing why I would go for a binder rather than anything else is that I can add, change, remove, so on and so forth from my binder. There were times during the past years where I have started, for example, in this one, then change to this one, to this one. So during the year, I just go from one planner to another, from one binder to another, depending on what I feel like in that particular time. So that is also something that I like. I also like the fact that various planners do have different pockets. For example, this is quite cheap to purchase online, and they have card slots and sections. This one does not have a lot, but let's just check out this one. This one has also this area only, but there are others which have much more than that. Let's say, for example, this one that I have got on eBay. And as you can see here, it does have a zip here, compartment, one here, another one. So, and then there is also these areas here. So basically they do have a lot of places where to store items. And there is a video that I have filmed about planners and planning for beginners, and I just give a little bit of advice from my personal experience about how to choose your planner. Obviously, as usual, and I have said also over other videos, you don't need to spend a lot of money, and if you are a beginner, just always try to find planners that don't cost a lot of money, because it takes a lot to find your planner piece, sort of. And as you can see, I have collected quite a lot, and I have also much more than that. Going into what I like and why I have moved sometimes into A5s, other times into personal size, the very first thing is obviously I need to carry the planner with me on a daily basis, and that is very, very important. It needs to fit in my bag. So the very first A5 that I have purchased, as I mentioned already, was this one. This is a Filofax Finsbury in the raspberry color. It is a planner that I have loved a lot, and the Filofax A5 really have a very, very good size for the rings. As you can see, this one has a lot of pockets, and I believe that the person that has inspired me to purchase this planner here, this Filofax binder, was Jen from Organized Like Jen. Then she became Jennifer Ross, I believe, and now is Pretty Neat Living. She was the very, very first person that had inspired me to write a Filofax, and this is why I have this one here, because she had a purple one, not the same, but I really liked it. I couldn't find it because I think at the time it was discontinued, the type of planner that she had, and for this reason I did purchase this one here. So this was the very first one. I had a lot of pretty planning in it, I must say. I had beautiful dividers, papers, a lot, but it got quite chunky and it becomes quite heavy to carry around. So my favorite is always the A5 size. I will always probably prefer that size, because when I have long days and when I have a lot of things that I need to do, I have more space to write. And in the case of Filofax, I love these ones because the A5s do have a very, very large ring and you can include a lot of stuff. So that is my preference for the A5 from Filofax. What I am very disappointed from Filofax is that they never made larger rings for their personal. So as much as I love the personal size, the rings for me are quite small. And this was what pushed me to purchase these types of planners. I believe that this is a Franklin Covey, yes, and as you can see, the rings in this one are very larger, are larger than the ones for Filofax, and you can see it here, the difference in size between the Franklin Covey and the Filofax, which is the purple planner. So that is what pushed me to move into one like this. And to be honest, even though I prefer to have the domino in the personal size, because this is quite lightweight when it comes to carrying it around, I have spent the last times of my planners, I believe last year, to carry around this one here, because it is sort of a wider personal size, as you can see, even though I think in length, yes, it's almost the same size. It's just a little bit wider from here, and I found myself to be much better in this one here because of the rings. Again, the difference between my preference in the A5 and the personal size resides in the rings. What I have done in the past in order for me to just fit in one like this was that I had to basically remove a couple of the dividers and the sections I had in my planner, which I was not happy about at all. So if I had to go for a personal size, sort of, I would go for this because of the rings. But if for being heavy or not, I would go for this. Obviously, we would need to fit into these types of rings, which I have managed to fit quite often, but it was very, very hard for me. Some other planners that I want to show you also in the differences between the A5 and the personal size. So as I was saying, for lightweight, you need to go for a personal size. Possibly the dominoes from Filofax are very lightweight, but if you want the space, you need to go into an A5. So it depends on what I need to carry with me between one period and another, and what I decide to use for that particular year. In the past years, I think the last 3 years, I have opted for a personal size, and I have particularly opted for this one from Franklin Covey, and I also had another one. So that is also one thing why I might have a preference for the personal rather than the A5, but also what I love of the A5. That is the first thing. Obviously, let me remove a little bit this one here. There might also be a difference in the prices because Filofax are a little bit expensive, I must say. And if you go for planners like this one and this one here, it is obviously cheaper to have these ones. These are from eBay. Let me show you what I've got. So this one was from eBay. I never used it. You can see it there. I believe that Flying Tiger had also like this one here. And I think it was identical, but I got this from eBay. I got also this one from eBay, which is a little bit wider than the Filofax. The rings are just a bit larger than the Filofax also. And I have also these two from eBay. So if you are looking for a personal size, you can basically just choose that one other than Filofax if obviously you don't want to spend a lot. I have never managed to fit in this one here, and not even in this one. As you can see, this is just one that I got from eBay. The ring size is again the same as the Filofax personal, and I have never managed to fit in that. So that is also something that I would go for an A5 size rather than a personal size. There is also this one here, which is also from Filofax. Again, I love the Saffiano, by the way, from Filofax. It is one of my absolute favorite ones from Filofax. I think it's the line that I prefer the most. But again, the Saffiano never had larger rings than all of the others. So if I had to just choose a planner, I would still go for the Franklin Covey in the personal size. Another preference, and I must say even difference between the A5s and the personal, from my personal point of view, is that I think that in the personal size you find much more designs and much more availability of different planners than the A5s. Probably it might be that since it is very, very easy to carry a personal size rather than the A5, companies probably decide that they focus more on the personal size and to make available different designs and colors rather than the A5. By the way, living in a highly technological era and period, the planning things are, I think, are getting lesser and lesser by the day because everyone just grabs the phone and has everything on the phone. I am still the pen and paper person, and so I still gravitate towards the notebook, the planning, the binder, etc. But as you can see from here, I do have various designs, and I also have much more in my stash and in my collection. But as you can see, there are various textures and various designs. This one and this one and even this one. And when I purchased this one here, there were different ones also with different patterns. But as you can see, even from here, there are very few, let me move a bit the things. There are very few A5s that have a design. Actually, I only have these two with a beautiful design. This one, I got it on eBay. It's still packed. I think I have had it for a year now, and I have never used it because I go always to pick up the Filofaxes for my YouTube planner, my diet planner, and all the other planners that are currently stay-at-home planners and that I just use in the office and I don't carry around. So that is why I have set everything up into an A5. But I have never used this one. It's still packed, as you can see. Let me just open it with you. It's very, very beautiful, and there were different designs also for it. And it does have, as you can see, it's so new that it still has this one here, and it just has this compartment and this ruler in it. And yeah, I think it's a very spacious planner, but again, it does not have large rings, so it is quite limited, but the design is fantastic. To be honest, I was going to try and set up a planner for beauty, for home, for everything which was self-care and things that interest me, but then somehow I decided that it was not good for me to set up another planner, having to keep up with it. So be also careful when you set up your planners, because you will have to keep up with them, and you need to keep your planners in a way that they help you rather than make you feel overwhelmed. So again, there are different planners, but I believe that in the A5 size, the designs are quite limited. This is a Carpe Diem one. It's a very beautiful one, but it's also another one that I have never used. And this one has very large rings here, very beautiful, but I believe they are the same size of the Filofax. I'm not sure. I have not compared them between one and the other. And this is a Carpe Diem planner, so you can see it written over here. This is the only one I have from them. And also, as I said, I never used this one. To be honest, I had an idea how I could be using it, but that life situation is not there anymore. So basically this remained on the shelf. And those, I think, are the only two planners which I have in the A5 size with very beautiful designs. So these are the only two that I have. Again, as I said, I think that in the A5 size, you don't find a lot of various designs and colors availability, whilst you are able to find them a lot more for the personal size, because I think that the personal size planners are more used than the A5 one. So that is also another difference. I have here one from Parfois. I have purchased this some years ago when I was on vacation, and because of these rings, very extremely small rings, although it has very beautiful compartments, I have used it, I guess, for a week or so, and I basically removed it from my planning system and remained just there. Probably this will be one of those that I will try to sell, but I still have to decide on that. So I think I have mentioned two very, very important, or three very important differences between the A5 and the personal size. One is the design, and two is the frequency of use, because as personal sizes are used a lot more than the A5s. Probably you are able to find more available and different designs. And the portability of the planner, the A5 has a tendency to become heavy and makes it quite limited to carry it around, whilst the personal size is very, very easy to carry around. What I can say and the advice that I can give you, once again, I always try to share with you my personal experience. By the way, this is a Nikki Catron and I have used it for quite a lot of time in my bag also, so it got it's very good quality because it got quite abused in my bags as usual. And I have also the A5 one here because I had purchased the matching one in the A5 size, but this again, I have never used it. It's a wonderful planner too. But again, an advice that I can give everyone is to do quite a lot of research and first decide what type of designs you like, what type of colors you like, and whether you want something branded or not, because you need to do a little bit of research so that you don't end up like me with a lot of planners that you are not actually using that much, because what I want right now is just to have something simple, so that I can write my appointments and my to-dos on a daily basis. So I don't need a lot of this stuff anymore. I still love planning, by the way. I will always love planning, and I think it will be very hard for me to end up without using my planners. But I really want to declutter at the moment, and that is very important for me. So I suggest that if you want to decide on what type of planner, what size of planner you want, one, you need to decide on the color, and you need to decide on the type of design that you are looking for. You need to decide on whether you want something branded or not, because if you don't want something branded, you have more availability and you don't need to spend a lot of money. For instance, if you just want a Filofax or a KKK or another brand, obviously you will need to settle for the prices they offer. But if you want something which is unbranded, eBay, Amazon are full of planners for which you don't have to spend a lot of money. You need also to decide on the portability, whether you will need to carry your planner with you and how much you're going to fill it up. And obviously, depending on that and depending on the contents of your planner, you will have to decide on the ring sizes of your planner. So there are quite a lot of difference between the A5s and the personals, but I think that I have managed to summarize the most important things when choosing your planner. One thing here is something very, very simple. There are different sizes. This is something that I got from eBay. And I think that if you just want a place where you can plan your daily to-dos and daily appointments and just maybe something like note-taking, etc., this could be very, very cheap in price for you and very easy to carry. It's very lightweight and it's just transparent. So if you are not the planner type, the planner fan type of person, and you just need a place where you can plan, scribble, write whatever you want, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, these could be planners that might be very good for you. So I hope that I have managed to discuss with you, because it was a little bit of a chatty video, but I wanted to give you my ideas, to show you a little bit what I have and what has pushed me to form the opinions that I have. And also I wanted to summarize the differences that I go for when deciding for a particular year whether I want to set up a personal size or an A5 size. These are few reasons, but they are the main reasons that I go through in my mind when deciding on the planner to use. I hope that you have liked this video. I hope that, again, this planner content is somehow something that you are interested in. I am trying to make a little bit of changes and even post various videos. I don't want to be stuck only on the planning stuff and the makeup stuff or the bags, etc. But I'm trying to just post different types of contents just to try to be there for the different people that may be following me, and not everyone might be all the time interested in the same thing. But since a lot of people do ask me for advice for planners, I hope that these types of videos can help you choose the planner which is right for you. Until the next video, take care. Bye.